Right.
So I can't any longer do, I used to be able to wrap that
Right.
around there. I
Okay.
can't get it's impinging because of the arthritis.
In your
And
hips.
So they say
Right,
I
okay.
need 2 surgical new hips.
Right, now, no she doesn't. No she doesn't, right. Look, my name is Jeanette. When I tell you my name is Jeanette, what does that tell you about me? It might tell you I'm female, born in an English-speaking part of the world, but it doesn't tell you anything about me. When you start to get aches and pains in your body, and they fit a certain pattern, the doctor will call it arthritis. Arthritis isn't a thing. I can't take arthritis and look at it under a microscope. It's a name for a set of symptoms. The symptoms are real, the aching, the lack of movement, the lack of restriction, the pain, the swelling. That's all real, they're symptoms. We can manage symptoms, but as soon as we give it a name, it's not a thing. Will we ever find a cure for something that isn't a thing? No, you're not going to find a cure for it, because it's not a thing, and we don't need a cure. So for anything to manifest on a physical level, it's got to have a cause, all right? There's got to be a cause. If it's warm in this room, that's because we've got a lot of people with warm bodies in this room. The room just can't be warm, yeah? There's got to be a reason for it. You can't just have pain and restriction in your hips. Something's happened. But when they look at the hips, all they can see is the consequences, and they call it arthritis. But the cause is energy, and it's your thoughts and your feelings. So this invisible being that you are has thoughts and feelings. And those thoughts and feelings get stuck, and in your case, they've got stuck in your hips. So if
Fingers as well.
And fingers as well. We'll do your hips first. Now, as the beings that work with me bring their awareness into your hips, that energy will shift and your hips will start working properly again. That's not cure, it's getting to the underlying cause of what caused it to manifest and removing the cause. So looking for cures for cancer, sorry Cancer Society, but you're barking up the wrong tree. We need to address the underlying cause, which is non-physical. Now the only other exception to that will be toxins in our environment, which we're all getting exposed to at an increasingly alarming rate. So let's fix your hips, get you to come and stand here. So all I need you to do is stand here. Isn't this easy? Just stand on the magic spot. You see, I could say it's this magic spot that cures arthritis. Stand here, pay me £50 and we'll take your arthritis away. But that would be a lie. That's not how it works. Now that's got to move out of the way. Sometimes I have to move things out of the way. That's it, just keep facing that way. Right. So, now arthritis in particular is caused by a little wee bit of perfectionism. If you want things to be just so and they're not, there's an energy within you that you hold on to because it's not how you want it to be. So are you quite house proud?
Can be.
Can be. I'm not. I will never suffer with arthritis. So those of you that are like me. All right. One of the things, so arthritis is wanting things to be a certain way and they're not. Hands up if your life is perfect. Hands up if your husband's perfect. Hands up if your wife is perfect. Gentlemen, you just missed out on some serious brownie points. Oh, you're going to pay for it later. Right, so life is not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. If it was perfect, there would be no learning. We're here to learn. We're here to awaken to the divine, incredible beings that we already are. So sound, when it gets used quite spontaneously. I can be mid-sentence. Gary just turns my head, produces the sound. I've just been in a recording studio just over the last week with Medwin Goodall, if you've heard of him. He's probably New Age music's leading composer, and he's recorded the sounds, and he's frantically working now, turning them into albums for me, so that people will be able to play music and heal themselves. Yay! Well, the vibration for arthritis, the vibration for hips, one for spines. We recorded the spines one. Now, any sensation for you so far? What's happening?
Feel cool here.
Feel cool. Yeah.
It's cool.
Cool. And you can see from my left hand it's going up to the top of the head and it's going down. We've not, now we're just getting into the hips now. So this leg movement is grounding energy out. Now the part of the body that where the energy gets stuck is significant. So in hands it's handling life, in hips it's big steps forward in life and holding our own energy back, not moving forwards as much as we could. Right, walk around a little bit, notice how your hips feel. Feel lighter, right? We'll give you my chair just for now and then I'll go get another chair. There we go. You just try moving your legs again. So may not be needing 2 new hips.
May not be needing to.
May not be needing 2 new hips, okay. We're made of energy. These bodies are our bodies. They respond to our thoughts and our feelings. And all that happened there was one of the surgeons just put some of his awareness into her for a time. Her body thought, oh, that feels nicer than how I was feeling. Let's hold on to this energy rather than that energy, and the hips can move again. Yeah, try different things out.
I know that's always the test. It's a little bit pinchy, but I couldn't get that over there at all before.
Right. And
that one's better as well.
cool.
That one's
And when you say it's a little bit pinchy, where is it a little bit pinchy? Just in the groin area?
Yeah.
Right, okay. From the front, yes, okay. Right, so I don't have to think about the healing. I do need to concentrate. I do need to be aware. So I practice as much as possible. I practice presence. I practice being here now. Why do I practice presence? It's for this simple fact. If you want to become enlightened, if you want to transcend the story of physical life, you need to be able to be present. Why? It's this simple. What you think of as the past is a previous now that you remember or not in this moment. Okay, if you don't think about the past, it has no impact on you. What you think of as the future is a mind projection of what may or may not happen. The only bit that's real is this moment. It's always now, you're always here. All you've got to do is keep your awareness here and now. If you do that, you will awaken spiritually. Can't not. Yeah? But if you're constantly worrying about the past, did I say the right thing? What they're going to think of me for doing that? Constantly projecting yourself into the future. Oh, how am I going to earn some more money? Where am I going to live next? You're missing this bit. And this is the only bit that's real. Now, we tend to find this moment when we're dying. All of a sudden, our awareness or our loved one's awareness is brought into this narrow gap because we know they've not got long, whether it's days, weeks or hours. We're brought into presence, and that enables us to let go of this physical story of life more easily. Right, just walk around a little bit first before trying, that's it, walk over there. So the surgeon that's with me at the moment is called Dr. Augusto de Almeida. Walk over there. He's a little bit arrogant, but I love him, and he's not rude. He's not rude, but he doesn't have a lot of time. He's like, he'll be in this dimension, then he'll go through to the work. How's it feeling as you're walking? Much better, yeah.
It's looser.
Cool.
It's looser with the tightness as well.
Awesome. And then just try crossing your legs both ways.
Not quite so keen, but I couldn't do that.
No. Cool.
So
All right. Is it still pinching at all?
it's when it gets to that point, that's
Cool.
the pinch point.
Right, so change of surgeon. So Dr. Osvaldo Cruz, who usually specialises in spines, has just decided to join us and hop in because he's seen one like this before. So these surgeons that work with me have been in the spirit world about 200 years. If you can imagine being a surgeon 200 years ago, just chopping bits off with saws and access and not a lot of anaesthesia, not a lot of cleanliness, bugs, bacteria, gangrene. It wasn't nice. So when they got to Spirit World, they vowed they'd stay there to help humans do this healing thing better. And they used just sound and light technology. These same surgeons in Brazil, when they work through John of God, will use scalpels, but not here. I'm not allowed. I'd be too squeamish. I'd be passing out. And I think somebody would definitely arrest me for that one, because I'm not a trained surgeon. Right, give that a try.
It's going more each time.
More each time.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, and then rest it down. All right, so Dr. Oswaldo is on to the right. He's got the, he knows where he's going with it. All right, so basically, you're made of energy. You've got this body's your transportation system. The energy that you are is infinite. Think about that. The energy that you are is infinite. You can bring infinite love, peace, joy, anger, frustration through into this world, or not, or you can live in your head. And we've been training you for years to live in your head. It's called the educational system. Yeah? Let me just ask you this question. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine that your government is giving you, like, you know, like $1,000 million, whatever it needs, $1 trillion, to transform education. All right, we're just going to do away with whatever was before, and we're going to start creating something that really helps the kids grow, experience, learn, connect with nature, grow in confidence, learn to relate to each other, heal emotionally, learn to express themselves. They become better communicators, able to be in tune with their bodies. There might be more dancing, there might be more music, there might certainly be more art, more drama, but really help the kids find out who they are and tap into their potential. And you can open your eyes. I bet nobody was thinking of a school. Schools are not designed for small children. They're not. School children want to up and run and play, and they want to do with the sand play and the water play, and chase bumblebees, you know. But they're not designed to sit and learn and read by times tables. Do we remember what it was like? It was horrible. We've done it to our kids. I'll probably do it to my grandkids now. I homeschool my two. The word educate means to bring out from within. And all great artists, poets, musicians talk about, they have muses, and it comes out of you when you're not in your head so busy. Right, so most of you millionaires never finish further education. Why? Because they broke free of the system. Right, give it another go.
That's good.
Yeah.